It's Nick from the Mofi Minute here at wonderful Toad Hall Books and Records here in Rockford, Illinois. Back for another round of weekly news from Mobile Fidelity here at the store. So what's new this week? We'll get to all of that. We got SACD news, we got Silver Label news, we even have some Super Vinyl news. So let's jump into the SACD news because there hasn't been much the last couple weeks. They got some new titles back in. I shouldn't say new titles. They they some restock titles back in. The J. Giles is probably the one I didn't have. These are limited to 2,000. They are numbered on the back, as you can see right there. They did get Dire Straits Making Movies back in. And, of course, Run DMC Raising Hell back in on SACD. We're still waiting the vinyl. We expect to have the vinyl in by the end of the year. I know I've gotten a lot of messages from people saying it's not on the website anymore. Did it get canceled? Did they ship? What happened? They are still coming. They haven't shipped yet. It's happening. It'll be here hopefully by the end of the year. Okay, what's new this week? I broke on my last video. I had talked about a mystery release. I talked about a truckload of Silver Label coming and a mystery release that I couldn't announce until they announced it. And thankfully, they announced it last night. Santana 3 Silver Label is back out. Haven't had it in many years. It was presumed out of print. It wasn't. It was just out of stock for an extended period of time, like about 5 years probably, 4 years. I don't know. It's been a long time. So Santana 3 is back. Casey and the Sunshine is back. There was a couple others I had mentioned in my other video. You can go check that out on the channel. If you do like all my Mofi news, record news, please like and subscribe to our channel. I know you viewers are great at watching my videos and sharing them. You guys have been fantastic, so I'm going to keep doing these. But yeah. So Silver Labels, lots of those coming. Santana 3's coming. Finally, we're going to get over to the Super Vinyl. So if you missed these, unfortunately, you did miss out. This Bob Dylan Desire Super Vinyl, they only made 1,000. That's right, guys, 1,000. That is extremely low for any vinyl press. And they limited them to 2 per person. So just like you guys, I paid exactly what you guys paid. I only got 2, and they're gone. They sold out. My distributor said they sold out in 2 days. On Costello. I think this one sold out overnight, which makes sense. 1,000 at 2 per person, which most people buy 2. That's 500 people. So yeah, I think in a day or two, they sold out of these. So why did they make so few? Why did they only make 1,000 of these? And I don't remember how many of the Costello were very limited too. What's the story? Found out that they were a test. That's right, guys. The Music Direct was testing the viability of Super Vinyl in a new package at a new price point with titles that they had already released. So those were the only 2 tests. So the Costello Burt Bacharach and the Dylan Desire were the only 2 that were tested. They were the only 2 released, the only 2 announced. I don't expect another surprise Super Vinyl release in the next month or so. What I do foresee coming is more Super Vinyl. So I do think we are going to see more packages like this down the road. I do not think they are going to be as limited as this. These are going to be the most limited ones because they were the tests. I also had some reports of people getting theirs and the jackets were split, seam splits and whatnot. And they couldn't get replacement jackets, probably, like I said, because they're so limited and this was a test run. I don't have any hints on what Super Vinyl's coming. I do know that the test went great, that they're going to make more. They haven't even said if they're going to go direct consumer like they have been, or if it's going to be traditional through regular sales channels like independent record stores and distributors. My prediction, and I have no insight on this, so this is totally my prediction, is that they're going to make more. They're either going to be much higher value numbers, more like 7,000 or 5,000, or not limited like the Dire Straits. I think there's a possibility that these new Super Vinyl titles may not be limited. I think they're going to go through distributors. I think they're going to go through traditional sales channels because they will have printed so many more, which is great. So that's my prediction on quantity. What I do think is going to happen is everyone's always asking, what's the next title? What's the next title? The fact that we got Bob Dylan Desire and we got Elvis Costello makes me think that those artists are really open to selling more records and really open to repressing. I bet we see more Dylan titles. I bet we see more Super Vinyl Dylan titles. I bet we see more Elvis Costello titles on Super Vinyl. That makes sense, right? They already pressed them once. They did a test batch. It went great. That means they're open to doing more. So I would expect to see more of those coming down the line. So yeah, that's why I'm, obviously Dylan, for instance, they've done it on stereo. They did a limited press on mono. So like I said, I think we're going to see more Dylans. I think we're going to see more Super Vinyl stuff coming down the road. As I said, I don't think they're going to spring it on us like they did for these two. I think that's over with. And then we're going to go back to more traditional stuff. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I've got lots of other videos on the channel. I just dropped a Christmas video where we go over all the 2020 Christmas vinyl. I've got a video where I bought 232 Styx records, which is wild. That's over on the channel. Head over there, like, subscribe, share. I appreciate all the love you guys are giving me, all the PMs. I'm also reporting all of the issues you're having, or reviews, or people say, hey, I want to see this, hey, I want to see that. I'm getting seam splits, problems, questions, concerns. I report all those directly to the source. So all your comments about what you want to see, what you want to hear, what problems, things going forward, how things are going, I report all of that back to them. So your voices have been heard. How about this time, comment what other Super Vinyl titles you'd like to see. What, we did some Dylan, we did a Costello. What else would you guys like to see put back in print on Super Vinyl? Until then, we'll see you next time here on the Mofi Minute.